little less. Solstice child, winter fruit, came with a promise. Summer heat and late evenings glow condense my heart, squeeze my soul. Pithy and bright, tangy and true, tart and sweet, nothing simple about you, a winter fruit. To be in her sphere, to be in her mind, be in her head, to be that free, to be in her sphere, to be on her mind, that warm, that wise, that high. She's coming of age in a dragonfly dream. She's on the verge of something. She's coming of age in a dragonfly dream. She'll turn it into something. Solstice child, winter fruit, came with a promise. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. The other one I'm going to do is called Achilles. This is loosely based on the myth of Achilles, whose mother Thetis is the goddess of the sea. And Thetis went to great lengths to try to protect her son, to make him impervious to harm. And the point of the song really is that, like, there's no way to ace parenthood and to keep your kids safe. And in it, I'm trying to express, like, to my own son, that the things that I wanted to do to protect him, the stories I told him, the things that I thought would prepare him for the life I thought he would have, just acknowledging that some of those things left him vulnerable to more harm. And it's called Achilles. He helped me a little bit with the lyrics too. He had kind of a creative idea about how maybe Achilles gets to the battle and nobody's there to fight. Like, he didn't need to be the hero. All the days I calmed and raged like the ocean, phasing like Thetis of the sea. You remain the true thing. There I go again, making you the hero, like you were written in the stars. But you wanted out for me to lift you out of the waiting pool, was to lift you out of all the myths of mother's love. For what it's worth, you send you off to war. It was all so strange. Tried to clap you like Achilles. There were vulnerabilities. My very stories left a chink. And I'm making too much as usual. Things that aren't in our control. Not exactly written in the stars, but in the end we're who we are. For what it's worth, you never let me down when you walked away that day. I know it wasn't easy. For what it's worth, I didn't want you gone, but you had the strength. And I'm not gonna make it my life's pursuit to put my finger on the truth. It would only elude me. Maybe this isn't the way. Maybe you don't have to be brave. Maybe you step on the sand and lay your weapons down. The beach is empty. All the warriors have gone their own way. Are you standing on firm ground now? For what it's worth, never let me down when we had to separate. You felt a million miles away. For what it's worth, I didn't want to send you off to war. It was all so strange. For what it's worth, you could never let me down. Can you lay your weapons down now? Standing on firm ground now. Thank you. The green room to here. All right. Thank you. All right. This next one I'm going to do. I know if you guys have heard me, you've heard most of these. This is about a lot of things. It was inspired though by a trip I took to Iceland a few years ago. I got to be there for a few days on my own while waiting to meet up with another one of my kids, and was fortunate enough to be there while there was some volcanic activity happening. And I thought a lot about being able to view like the geology and nature in action there in Iceland, the way the Iceland is constantly like ripping itself apart violently and knitting itself back together in these beautiful jagged scars, and how that's just a lot like life, right? Like things get ripped apart and then rebuilt. And the second verse of it is actually also like at that time, like I was feeling a lot of grief for the loss of our favorite place to go backpacking in Opal Creek Wilderness after the Beachy Creek fire, and was just feeling like, you know, I don't know when we'll ever be able to go back, and it was so special to us. And then thinking about how like when we do go back though, it'll be different, you know, it'll be different, and it will heal in its own way, and it'll be beautiful, and it'll be different. So I guess, you know, I wanted it to be a message of hope, even though it probably expresses a bit of pain as well. And it's called Obsidian. What are the implications of this new arrangement? What are you trying to tell me? Where should I sit? Not used to not knowing where to sit, where to stand. Where do I stand? think you need to show me. 'Cause the ground shifts under my feet like I'm slipping through sand. It's coming up around me now. And I need you to know I'm not made of glass, and I already know you're not made of stone. These fissures will heal, we will gleam in the sun like obsidian, like an obsidian flow. It's just a bridge burned up a few years ago. The trail's impassable now, feels impossible now. But I think I can show you the ground is alive under our feet. The overstory is new, it's coming up around me. These fissures will heal, we will gleam in the sun like obsidian, like an obsidian flow. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. This is so nice. I assume you all look great. It's dark out there. Thank you. All right. So this one was really inspired from that same trip. I met a young man from France who had just left his career to go find himself, and he was on the first day of his journey when I met him, and I got to do a few little tours and things with him. And he talked a bit about his mother and how she had traveled the world at his age, and he was trying to be more brave and put himself out there. But a couple days in, he's like, "Do you think I should call my mom?" And I said, "Yeah, I think you should call your mom." So this is called Pack Light. He never got back light like his mother. At his age, she'd seen half the world, it seemed. In 8 weeks and 3 changes of clothes, happy wandering. He sees her now, the young vagabond queen. And he don't wanna let her down. At his age he knows enough of the world to feel. Sometimes you gotta run, you gotta get lost to find yourself, wishful wandering. Thinks of her and her bold bohemian dreams. Mama, did it all come easy? 4 days and he's on the phone. Mama, did it all come easy for you? How far to go, how to know? And I may not have your artist's heart, but I have mine, and I can see the halo of light might be siren song. you, mother. But mama, those dreams you have for me, I won't let them die. Long as there's tread on your soul, happy wandering. Your soul will lie, blowing mine. Mama, did it all come easy? 4 days cities on the phone. Mama, did it all come easy for you? How far to go, I don't know. Mama, did it all come easy? Mama, does it all come easy for you now? Thank you. Thanks so much. All right, those first two that I did that were about two of my kids, those are on Spotify and everywhere else. And so is this next one. This one, guys, I did not know what I was going to do till this afternoon, or actually till I got here. This next one is about an experience I had a couple days after my dad's funeral. I had made the casket spray for it, and I just went back by myself to the cemetery to check on it and see, I don't know, just to be there. And I was all by myself, and this is just about that, just kind of feeling like connected to somebody after they're gone. It's called Wild Tree. Thinking myself alone, I'm startled by sounds behind me, crash in the dry leaves. But it's just apples falling from a wild tree. Making their rounds in shadow, the deer eat well in this forest cemetery. They dine on wreaths of roses and apples from a wild tree, falling from a wild tree. What would he say to me now? What would his wish for me be? He'd say, don't worry, you worry too much. Loosen your grip, see where this all leads. Let them be. Thinking myself alone, surprised to hear him laughing at the apples falling from a wild tree. And I'm falling from a wild tree. Say to me now, what would his wish for me be? You say don't worry, you worry too much. Loosen your grip, see where this all leads. let them be, let them be. All right, thanks you guys. That was Wild Tree. All right. Thank you. All right, this is my last one. Every time I sat down to practice and try to get ready, I just kept working on new stuff. Because I'm mavericky like that and just didn't practice for this. This is one that I'm really excited about, and this is a debut. And, okay. So I'm going to try to give you some background. I'm not super skilled at this, but it's called pitch and toss. Pitch and toss is like an old-fashioned term for an old kind of gambling. Some of you know that. It's based on a friendship in a novel called Daniel Deronda by my favorite author, George Eliot. And the character in it, she is like super cool and aloof, you know, out for a good time. But she also has a lot of issues beneath the surface, and she's kind of on a path for self-destruction a bit, and she likes to gamble, and, you know, I mean, it's Victorian England, so, like, her trouble is not that big of trouble, but, yeah, she's, like, on a path, right? And in the book, she encounters, like, a friend in a moment where she needs one, and like the goodness that he shows her and the kindness that he shows her makes a big difference to her in like being able to like evaluate who she wants to be and what trajectory she wants to be on. And I've like had that experience many times with people where, you know, they can just really hold the right kind of space where you can make your own realizations. So it's kind of about that. So yeah, this is called Pitch and Toss. Seems so natural to run into you on the steps of your hotel. Didn't think to ask you what you were doing in town. You ask about my progress, my process, my prospects, but not my promises. I said, show me yours and I'll show you mine. You said you can't just listen to me talk like that and not push back. Like my insecurity is just me doing a bit you had to resist. Oh, I need you or somebody to understand. Need you. Never knew someone could be so good without making me feel bad. This one's for you. 'Cause you didn't ask me to. I never knew someone could be so good without making me feel bad. Who's gonna clean up this mess? What will I have to sell to cover these bad bets? But here you are. Maybe I don't wanna be so careless anymore. Now I know I can't play at pitch and toss and avoid the cost. It's not up to me who gets hurt in the morning. Making me feel bad. This one's for you. 'Cause you didn't ask me to. I never knew someone could be so good without making me feel bad. Thank you so much. That's it for me. Thank you. Thanks, Walter Center.